Whether you call it the scariest haunted house in America or a torture chamber in disguise, McCamey Manor is back. Because technically, it's a haunted house in Summertown, Tennessee, but it's also attracted a lot of controversy over the years where it's, we'll call it extreme methods. With participants even having to sign a 40-page waiver, provide a doctor's note, show proof of medical insurance, submit to a background check, and do interviews before going inside. And if someone actually decided to read the waiver, they would discover that tooth pulling, finger breaking, or head shaving could all be on the menu during the several-hour-long experience. And that's without mentioning, as others have described, being waterboarded, tased, whipped, covered in tarantulas, and trapped in small boxes. And then, if you make it through all that and you get to the end, there's supposedly a $20,000 prize, though no one's actually ever gotten it. But then also, if you can't finish, you can't quit either. It's actually written in the waiver that once you're in unless, quote, serious psychological injury is present, which is one previous participant explained to The Guardian. That can be an issue when you're being bound, masked, and held underwater, slapped and stomped on, and compelled to eat your own vomit. And in fact, you had the Manor's owner, Russ McCamey, telling Hulu in a documentary last year, either you actually complete the tour, which is not going to happen, or you mentally or physically are at such a breaking point that it's not safe for you to continue and I need to take you out. Now, since the release of that film titled Monster Inside, America's Most Extreme Haunted House, interest in McCamey Manor has surged. And McCamey just announced that his attraction has opened its doors once again for this Halloween season. This notably flying in the face of an online petition started back in 2019 with nearly 200,000 signatures that are trying to get the haunted house shut down, with it describing McCamey Manor as a torture chamber under disguise and explaining they do screenings to find the weakest, most easily manipulated people to do the haunt. If Russ doesn't think you're easily manipulated, you aren't allowed to go. And adding, some people have had to seek professional psychiatric help and medical care for extensive injuries, saying one man was tortured so badly he passed out multiple times. Workers only stopped because they thought they had killed him. Though with this, you had McCamey just defending himself in an interview with the Daily Mail, saying that he vets people to keep knuckleheads and fakers from getting in, and claiming that he actually prefers people with a background in law enforcement or the military, arguing, if all of those crazy, horrible things said about me are true, I wouldn't be free running around doing what I want to do. Though he may have spoken too soon, right? And that because the documentary caught the attention of Tennessee's Attorney General, who opened an investigation into McCamey Manor last year. Because according to District Attorney Brent Cooper, who spoke to News 2, torture is technically legal between two consenting adults, but anyone can revoke their consent at any time. Since McCamey allegedly refuses to let people quit once they've started and outright stated in the film that there were no safe words, he could be liable here. With the AG also citing some of McCamey's customers who said that they didn't have a chance to review the waiver ahead of signing up and complained that the $20,000 prize is impossible to actually win. But then with all this, back in March, McCamey actually sued the Attorney General, claiming there that the information requests and inspections of his property violated his constitutional rights. With his lawyer telling News 2, every Tennessean should understand that they are each simply one misunderstanding away from being targeted by a coordination of government power, just like Mr. McCamey. But notably, one, that lawsuit was dismissed back in August, and two, McCamey voluntarily dropped another lawsuit against Hulu and the production company behind its documentary, though he upheld a lawsuit against one of the interview subjects in the film. Now, as far as the AG's investigation, it's unclear right now what the status is on that, whether it's ongoing or concluded, but for now, we'll have to wait to see what happens from here, both legally and as far as what's going to happen to the people that are signing up for the manor this year.